Hello, and welcome to Big Blue Banter. My name is Sebastian Rios.
And I'm Anthony Napolitano. There is a number of exciting high school football games going on around Kentucky. As we approach the halfway point for this year's season, some teams are looking to turn things around.
Tate's Creek is one of those teams, and tomorrow night they take on Ballard. Reporters Noah Webby and Drew Johnson join us in the studio with a preview of the game.
Thanks, guys. There's a lot of great football going around the state this week. And as Sebastian mentioned, Tate's Creek is struggling this year, and this week won't be any easier.
Both the Commodores and the Bruins come into this game 2-3, so a win for either team could keep their season alive, while a loss could derail the season.
Tate's Creek has had a rough go of it lately, losing their last 3 games by a combined 120 points. After a strong offensive start, they have only put up 26 points in those 3 games. Before their next matchup against Ballard, Tate's Creek head coach Jonathan Hawks talks about his team's preparation and their matchup tomorrow night.
Man, just hard work. Make sure that the kids come into this week with a different type of mindset. The last couple of weeks have been one of those weeks where we've been trying to get the kids to understand that they got to play with a different type of emotion. A lot of people in the city, a lot of people around the state, they put our kids and this team as one of amongst the best, programs in the state, as far as 6A football. So people are coming in to give them the best shot, and they need to come out with a different mindset. This week we play another tough opponent in Ballard. I think there'll be a big physical 6A team, another challenge for our program. But I really believe, for our kids, it really just comes down to understanding the game plan, really perfecting their craft, really going out with a different type of mentality, setting the tone, and really coming out from the beginning, no fear, and playing with their heart, and letting it be a game that they showcase how good they can be.
Well, Tate's Creek will undoubtedly be looking to flip the script on both sides of the ball, coming off a 42-0 loss last week against Bryan Station that extended their losing streak to 3 games.
Meanwhile, Ballard is coming off a decisive 26-14 win over George Rogers Clark that saw big plays on both the ground and through the air.
It's safe to say Tate's Creek will have their hands full trying to contain that Ballard offense on Friday. Kickoff is set for 7:30. Let's head back to Sebastian for a preview of this week's high school soccer matchups.
Thanks, Drew. And now for our game of the week. Last night, 2 of Louisville's and the country's top high school soccer programs, the St. Xavier Tigers and the Trinity Shamrocks, clashed in a thrilling rivalry matchup. St. Xavier, hosting the game on their home turf, came in as the #1 ranked team in the state with an impressive 13-1-1 record. Their crosstown rivals, the #3 ranked Trinity Shamrocks, entered the game with a similarly strong record of 14-1-1, making this one of the most anticipated matchups of the season. From the opening whistle, the game was intense, with both teams battling for a big win. Despite the Tigers' dominance in the rankings, it was Trinity that made the statement, securing a 3-1 victory. The Shamrocks snapped their winless streak against St. X, notching their first victory over the Tigers since 2018. Looking ahead, Trinity will try to keep the momentum going as they host the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Bulldogs on Monday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, St. Xavier will regroup and aim for redemption when they face the Covington Catholic Colonels at home on Saturday, September 28th at 12 p.m. in their next matchup. That's it for high school soccer. Next, we have Anthony with the best sports picks of the week on Betting Banter.
Thanks, Sebastian. Welcome to Betting Banter. Kicking things off, we look at tonight's Thursday night football matchup where the Dallas Cowboys take on the New York Giants. The spread for this game opened at Cowboys -6, which means Dallas will be favored to win this game by 5.5 points or more. However, as the week went on, that number dropped to -5.5, which in my opinion is a strong betting line. So I'm going to take the Cowboys to win by 5 points or more. Coming off back-to-back losses, I expect them to find their groove against the Giants as they did in the previous 2 matchups, facing New York, outscoring them by a combined 89-17. Looking at Week 5 of the college football season, the BYU Cougars, currently ranked 22nd in the nation, are set to face off against the Baylor Bears on Saturday morning in Waco, Texas. BYU, a 3-point underdog heading into that game, looks to maintain their undefeated record while the Bears are looking to bounce back from a 2-2 start. I'm going to take BYU to win outright at plus 140 odds, meaning a $10 bet on them would win you $14 if BYU were to win. Expect the BYU defense to be a key factor in this game, coming off a dominant 38-9 win over number 13 Kansas State. Wrapping things up with my underdog bet of the week, the 2-1 New Orleans Saints are set to clash with the 1-2 Atlanta Falcons in a divisional rivalry game this Sunday. The Saints, who have won the last 4 out of 5 meetings against the Falcons, opened at a 3.5-point underdog The line has since dropped to 2.5 for New Orleans, which I still think is great value. I'm going to take the Saints for my underdog pick of the week for Week 4 of the NFL season. Both teams are looking to make a statement and solidify their position in the NFC South, but I expect the Saints' run defense to be effective in shutting down Atlanta's talented running back in Bijan Robinson. That is it for this week's Betting Banter. If you're looking to turn your weekend into a winning streak, these are the picks for you. Tune in next week for more betting insight. Until then, I'm Anthony Napolitano, reminding you to always gamble responsibly.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you again next Thursday for another edition of Big Blue Banter.